Hello everyone, Person A7 back with more Terraria Dragonball Calamity, or whatever you want to call it, Dragonball Calamity Terraria, or whatever. And after beating King Slime, I decided to explore the world because I didn't fully do that, mainly to find the dungeon so I can learn how to fly. Unfortunately, the only thing I found there was the Angler NPC. I never really do his quests anyways, even in main Terraria, so guess it was cool, I guess. Which reminds me, I haven't played Vanilla Terraria in probably over a year since 1.4 came out. If it's been a year since 1.4 came out. Yes, I am aware of the whole don't starve together thing with Terraria, but it wasn't really interest me enough to really come back to Vanilla Terraria, so I still played T-Mod Loader. Now I figured that I was going to struggle a lot with the bosses ahead since I'm in Infernum mode, so I decided to craft the Farmer's Shotgun, which I never really do before, but yeah, it's cool I guess. Yes, I am aware I did also do this in part 1, but I decided to give a little recap because why not? Anyway, my next goal was to get bullets, have the arms dealer move in since I can't really use the Farmer's Shotgun right now. While I was building my house, the Icabulu decided to spawn naturally. Fun. Keep in mind I still didn't have any bullets, so there was no way I was gonna win. But it was a good opportunity to see how close I would be if I just used key weapons. As you can see, very far off. Well, I wouldn't really say very far off since that was a terrible attempt. I didn't really realize I Cthulhu dropped, I guess, spikes on the ground, I guess we call them. I definitely could have done a lot better, but I mean, I was still wouldn't have beat him even if I did know that at the time, so it didn't really matter to me. Anyways, I decided to spawn in a blood moon. I can't remember why I did so, but it was probably either for money or for key crystals. But I probably had over 100 at this point, so again, not really sure. Anyways, it seemed that every other NPC besides the arm dealer actually wanted to move in. Had the angler and nurse moving in, but the arms dealer was next, so I just decided to make another home. Anyways, he finally moved in. After buying a little over 2,000 bullets, I decided to head down to the underground desert to find some life crystal. Yet again, I Cthulhu spawn naturally for the second time, and I think this is the second night in a row. Seems that Terraria really wants me to beat Cthulhu. Even though I personally think I'm not ready, but I am doing pretty good damage. My only main issue right now is mobility. I can't move out of the way fast enough out of Cthulhu's attacks, especially in phase 2. But the damage I do against him isn't half bad, so I am sort of close. Now I wanted to resume my journey for life crystals, so I head back down to the underground ice biome where I find this laboratory. The lab is incredibly difficult to navigate due to the turrets constantly firing. Now I only found one life crystal, but I did find some sapphire and some more gems so I can set up magic storage finally. Or at least start magic storage. I didn't actually finish setting it up, but I did start doing it. Back underground, I saw an ice chest here, which I thought was pretty cool. I was trying to open it, seeing if I even could open it, but unfortunately the turret is just a bit too strong. I can't really break the platform under it, as if I get too close I just end up dying. Anyways, after opening the chest and collecting the stuff inside, I realized it wasn't really worth dying for. After that, I decided to head up to the surface to heal, and look who spawned yet again. It seems that Terraria really wants me to fight Cthulhu. Yes, I understand I do fit all the requirements for him to spawn, but I mean if I die repeatedly, I don't think spawning him more is gonna help. Although I did do a bit better than I did the other times. Anyways, I decided to head back down to the underground desert to find more life crystals and to find some more gems to finish setting up magic storage. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to stumble upon a little gem cave. which was the perfect amount I needed to set up magic storage. Finally. I no longer have to rifle through several chests. Another blood moon ended up spawning yet again, so guess perfect opportunity to get a little bit more cash. Blood moons are kind of useless at this point since I got all the items and accessories I want from the blood moons, so really at this point it's just whatever. Also notice that my house is designed in such a way that zombies are able to clip through the ceiling, which is actually kind of funny. Something I realized while editing the video is that I accidentally paused the recording in OBS, and so I ended up missing out on the King Slime fight. Well, you missed it, I didn't. I decided to fight Desert Scourge just for fun since he's next after King Slime, and I realized I was nowhere close. Anyways, I finally went to the dungeon to go get my book. I went just a little further and found the Sulphurous Sea. I think that's what the biome is called. I headed back down to the desert to find even more life crystals and to make a new armor set. I'm sure you can already tell which one. I ventured so far down I came across this biome. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I can't really do much exploring here since I can't mine any of the blocks and all the entranceways are blocked. Yes, I am making the Victide armor set simply because the standard Dragonball Terraria one isn't strong enough to withstand any of the current bosses right now, and this one gives a better boost to ki, so figured it's a win-win. With my new armor set, I decided to fight King Slime. He didn't drop anything too interesting aside from this slimy saddle, but it's better than nothing, I guess. With my new armor set, I decided to try out King Slime again. I was so incredibly close that time, I was only like one shot off. That's actually kind of annoying. After losing, I decided to explore the underground jungle, cause you can never really go wrong with exploring the underground jungle. While I was there, I found another lab. As I record this, it would not be a stretch to call the jungle the hub of this planet. All is centered around it, and none know not of it. It brings me to a small amount of unease to see the uncomfortable raw forms of living beings who pass through on their journeys above. Fortunately, these labs provide everything I need in my research and more. There is no need to ever visit the surface, save for summons on the Lord's orders. A virus capable of devouring and converting almost anything, and nanotechnology, constructed painstakingly for the sake of control. Development was swift, every piece fell into place almost eerily, forming an abhorrent existence. I struggled to think of a practical application which would be friendly to common life forms. However, it is not a major concern. Many were hesitant to continue its creation, but I granted them leave if they desired. I would have no need for any who were not entirely so dedicated to my machines. Mechanically augmented, the queen bee which I had prior experimented on was theoretically a perfect host for the plague virus. When the first time technology bonding with the creature began, however, the problems also showed immediately. The mind of the insect fought that controlled the nanotechnology, nothing like its simpler creatures I had used on test subjects. As it grew increasingly violent, and only once subdued, did it receive simple orders. However, if we were to utilize it at all, there's no other way to let it roam free entirely. I will consider this further. Reading all that made me realize that I read in my mind a lot faster than I read out loud. No, the audio is not delayed. Anyways, after I got bored of mining, I headed back up to the surface, not really sure what to do next. I decided to rematch Eye Cthulhu because I had nothing better to do. I was almost there, but still no dice. While I was thinking over what to do next, I got the great idea of visiting some floating islands, especially since this is Calamity, they're going to be a lot better than in vanilla. And of course, lucky me, the first floating island I found was a one that had a life crystal in it, and some amethyst at the bottom. I found this next one, but as soon as I got close to it, I just caught on fire. I mean, I guess it is space, so it makes sense, but I have no idea how to counter this, so it's whatever, I guess. This is where I'll end the episode here. There's not much footage left. This was, I think, like 5 hours of footage condensed down to 14 minutes. I know 5 hours seems like a lot, but most of that 5 hours was just mining. Anyways, part 3 will probably upload around Wednesday or Thursday next week. Bloom City Battles 2 seems like it's getting ready to release Monday, so I'll be focusing a lot more on that for the time being instead of Dragonball Terraria.